the joy of innocence, dreaming things that don't make sense. Keep me as a child, and for the things we've left behind, the space between our heart and mind. Keep me as a child, for we've grown older than our God. We've grown older than our God. You are forever young, bright morning star, an unsetting sun. You are forever young. Hear our Father singing out to us.
Hey Reach, welcome to our last live Devo for a while. I'm Bryce. I'm going to be giving this one. I'm so happy you tuned in. I am especially happy that y'all are going to be able to come back this upcoming Sunday. It's going to be great to see everybody there. I won't personally be there, but I'll see it off the camera. So it'll be really cool to see y'all just having such a great community again. But we just ask, as you come back for the safety of the church, to please respect everyone's boundaries and just understand that different people are at different places with this pandemic. And we also ask that if you are planning on coming on Sunday, that you would RSVP through the app or the website. But other than that, it's honestly all good news right now, and we're super happy and excited to have you back. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and get into our reading for today. And if you didn't read it, I understand you probably woke up right about now just to hear this, because this is going to be a special message. But my synopsis of what happened is we just had Job, who has heard from his friend Zophar on what he thinks Job did wrong, and we're getting the end of his response. And in chapter 14, Job is just really sad, kind of disillusioned, and talking about how he has no hope, and he compares a human to a tree, and that when you cut a tree down, there's hope that it will regrow and the stump can produce another amazing tree. But when you cut a human down, nothing tends to grow back. Humans are kind of, a one-time thing. So that's pretty bad. And then in chapter 15, we get his friend Eliphaz, who then addresses Job for the second time. We're moving on to the second speech of all three friends. And this time, he's basically saying the exact same thing that he said the first time. It's just more aggressive. There's not any kind words, and he's just trying to say that Job and his response was all full of hot air and none of it was really true. And Eliphaz's point is the same as his first speech, in that he's saying that God must punish sinners. And since Job is being punished, that means that he is a sinner and there's something that he was hiding. He wasn't telling anyone. And then we get in chapter 16, which was the last chapter that we read today, Job's response to that. And Job doesn't at first really respond to that. He just starts making pleas because he has really bad friends, and it's about time that he starts asking for some sympathy. So that's his first plea, is for sympathy from his friends. His second plea is for justice from God. And then his last plea is for relief from God, which Job ultimately means putting a quick end to his life, but we can say relief. That would be much better. But one thing I did want to point you toward is in chapter 16, verse 21, Job says, "Oh, that one might plead for a man with God as a man pleads for his neighbor." And I think this could be a stretch, but I just wanted to point it out and see what y'all thought. I think he could be referring to Jesus well before he came, because he's asking for a mediator to plead his case to God. So I just kind of thought that was cool. Might be a Jesus reference, might not. But you make your own thought on it, and you tell me about it, because I won't actually be here on Sunday. But the application that I got from this section, which there's not a ton of, because I don't think that any of us have really been in this situation that Job is in before, with as many bad friends as Job has. But what I got was that Eliphaz is actually giving him some decent advice that's somewhat true, but he's doing it with the wrong heart. And that's ultimately what God cares about. Whereas Job is doing the wrong thing, but God rewards him because he's doing it with the right heart. And so I think that is just pointing us toward the fact that it is better to give bad advice with a pure heart than it is to give good advice with a bad heart. And that can be kind of stretch to anything. It's better to do anything with the right motivation, but do it poorly, because God prefers to just fix the actions of men with good, clean hearts than to, try and change the heart of an individual who might actually be doing a good job. It's harder to do that. I think it was Chuck Smith that said, like, God can change the actions of a man with a good heart very quickly, versus he would not like to do that with a man who's doing it all for the wrong reasons but doing it well. So yeah, that's about what I have for you guys today. That was our last Devo, and I can't wait to see you guys here on Sunday.
Go on, take back your life, 'cause that's the only thing that's dying tonight. If the thief comes to steal your flame, well, go on and take it back again. We've been living in hospitals, waiting on more bad news, holding on to hope we'll get through with these waiting rooms. And you feel like that snake taking all that it can take from you. Go on, steal back your joy. The destroyer's plans are all that are being destroyed. You go on, take back your life, 'cause death's the only thing that's dying tonight.